Hi guys, welcome back for another one. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a special one. I really want to take the time to break down a lot of the complaints the community has had to give a more factual breakdown of what the complaints are, possible solutions, and then also evaluate how bad a certain game mode is, that the level of investment the devs should put into making it better. So without further ado, if you guys are ready for it, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Alright guys, in this video, I will be reviewing each game mode and I'm going to go from left to right. So no particular order other than, well, the order they appear on the screen. So let's start with challenges. Alright guys, so I logged into the training day challenge here to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about. So now before, they gave us an increase in levels, tiers, all that stuff that dramatically increased the amount of training mats we need, the amount of gold we need, and probably the number of orange gear we need, which I'm not going to get into bottlenecks in this video. But you guys can see they added 2 new challenges before all that stuff came live. But the problem was that those things that increased everything we need is not even close to being represented in the 2 new challenge tiers that we got here. We actually need a lot more training mats than this. So challenges overall, even though they do power creep them up, they just don't power creep them up. I'm gonna use the word power creep. Hope that's okay with you guys. And Skill came in with a follow. Once again, guys, I'm recording live on Twitch. So if you want to catch any of these recordings live, you follow me on Twitch. So don't remember where I stopped, just to be honest with you guys. But anyways, as you can see, like some of the bottleneck problems we have in this game could easily be dealt with or be reasonable bottlenecks if there were more tiers added to training, not just the training day, but all these challenges in general. Next up, Arena. All right, guys, the complaints for this one are pretty big and they're pretty significant, and they are very valid points that really need to be addressed, and they've been known for quite some time. So the issues are, first one, slingshot, right? It's a method. I'm gonna try to describe it best I can. It's a method basically where you can attack someone. Let's go top 100. Sorry, you're 21. This is just an example. You're 21, you attack number 15, right? You win, but then somehow you don't end up at 15, you end back at like number 31. This can happen. It's called slingshot. It's when you're attacking someone at the same time you're being attacked, and I don't know how this is actually able to happen because there's a way people can lock their position, which is another issue I'm going to get into. But anyways, yeah, so you can be set back further by just winning a match because the person you just attacked got attacked at the same time from somebody further back. That's how that works, right? There's plenty of different ways it works, but there's no fix in place to stop it, like a hard stop from that method from happening. The next one is when people are able to lock their position in. Now I'm going to go over the method of how that's possible or anything like that, because I don't want to encourage that method, as it, to me, it's hard for me to call it cheating when the devs allow it to happen and they don't do anything about it. But it is kind of like a cheat, right? If you have ethics, right, a part of your ethics would be don't do that, right? I'm not saying a player that does that is bad or unethical, because once again, this falls on Scopely's shoulders to fix. So Arena definitely needs to be worked and fixed on, but I do have a feeling that Arena is going away later this year. Just a feeling I have, no other information, and I'll get into the game mode that we're replacing that a little bit later as I move left to right. All right, next up, let's click on milestones. So 2 things. One, they can easily give us more gear, especially purple gear. And like I said, don't make a video about bottlenecks because there is a video coming about bottlenecks. But yeah, some of the smaller gear training mats, they can put in these milestones pretty easily. The high roller milestone I find is fine, right? The medium level of where a player can naturally hit, especially an in-game player or a late game player that has most content unlocked, is fair. It allows you to get cores. Everything else is bonus if you're able to spend more. Save the World Spend Energy campaign. I've never maxed this thing out, so it's fine as is. World Warrior. Since they added Blitz Sim, a lot of alliances have been able to clear the World Warrior milestone early. For example, my alliance clears it like 48 hours early. We have an extra 2 days. So they can easily add in later game content on past milestones as something way for alliances to grind for. I think it's pretty easy. Like I said, if we're nailing it off with 48 hours to go, adding more with more gear, you don't even have to rework the rewards. Moving on, events. What can I say about events except for they should probably put legendaries that have been out for longer than 2 years here automatically, and 2, they should probably do more of them that are player friendly. Next thing I want to talk about is campaigns. Not a whole lot here. Chat has filled me in on some of the issues that they have with it, so let's go over that. First off, for the difficulty of this campaign, they could easily increase the amount of training mats we get in this campaign and all campaigns in general. Once again, bottleneck video coming shortly, but just saying, quick solution, there you go. Next up is Blitz, and oh man, I'm gonna open a can of worms with this one. So most players will tell you that Blitz Sim was a godsend to the community in this game mode. Not that I disagree with any of that, but it also created a brand new problem. And that problem is that it made the larger collection power players actually play Blitz for the first time, probably ever for some of them. And players with lower collection powers that were used to placing reliably, getting 45 shards, maybe even 55 shards of a character, and even some players that are able to push to the top 1%, are now pushed back by players that have now chosen to set a timer for every 2 hours in Blitz. So how do we create a solution? Because right now, as it stands, there's really no way of solving this problem. And one of the things that I read recently that I 100% agree with is that Blitz has always been about collection power. The people with the large collection power always had access to the top rewards. The difference was before Blitz Sim was that some of them chose not to because it was more beneficial for them to probably spend money on the new character than it was for them to invest time in the game. And the people that invested time in the game are now getting kicked in the balls, I can say that's not cursing, over this new fact. So how do we make it a little bit easier for them all? So one of the suggestions around the community is Blitz shards. Now Blitz shards, although the idea of it sounds great, I think most players that are thinking that it's a good idea, it will not work the way that they think it's going to work. I think everyone assumes if there's Blitz shards that they'll somehow benefit from it. But the question becomes, where's the cutoff? And wherever the cutoff is, are you on the good side or bad side of the cutoff? Are you the low collection power in that cutoff? Because once again, Blitz is about collection power. The person with the highest collection power is going to fare the best. So do you want to be someone with 6 million collection power, be put into a shard that ranges from 6 million to 12 million? Chances are you probably don't, because you probably just want from being able to get 45 shards of a character down to probably 5 or 15. Blitz shards won't work where everyone's intending. The only people that are guaranteed to benefit from it or to not lose out because of it are actually new players. So let's talk about real solutions. And honestly, this game mode is broken to the point that there is no way to fix it. I want to be clear right now, no way to fix it. The best thing they can do is give the players options to make the decision that's best for them. And what I mean by that, if you run a new character, run another exclusive character, like, I don't know, like Mr. Sinister, someone like a War Store character, simultaneously, and run another Blitz that it gives you some kind of currency, either gold, training mats, orange gear, some kind of bottleneck in the game. I mean, even run an extra red star Blitz for Pete's sakes. Give the players an option of where to spend their Blitz energy and to spend their, their energy farming, right? If they know they're not going to place too well on a new character, they can go ham on Mr. Sinister and probably rack up more shards, reducing the amount of war credits that they need to spend to actually get that character, and they can invest their war credits elsewhere. So in closing, my best solution for Blitz is to give the players an option of what to chase. Moving on. Next up, let's talk about war. All right, so war, I'm going to tell you guys how war really is. At the platinum level, it's pretty much full clear. Like when you get up to this level, it's going to be full clear. There is not enough defense in the world to stop people from full clearing at this level. So then it becomes who can full clear first, and it becomes a time race or a race of time, something like that. And I honestly don't see this game mode getting any better. It's very competitive, it's like that. So one of the suggestions put out there, and I'm actually going to echo something Tawna has said about this. I would love to see this change so that you have a full 24 hours to get your attacks in, and it's rated on efficiency and not who can clear first. I would love to see that come to this game, and that way we can talk about strategy, we can sit down and plan with my alliance, have more engaging conversations of who should attack what, so that way we can get the best score possible. Right now, it's just a game about a race, and I honestly think the devs wanted it to be a game about, a race to get it done, for the simple fact that they can sell the pack of shame, as OMG would like to put it. Or make you all dirty blitzers and blitz your mine out non-stop so you can buy those packs for free by refreshing the store so you can do the max amount. In all honesty, I hope they do something to breathe life into this game mode this year and not leave it as is for the entirety of 2021. Please don't do that. Next up, raids. Now Scopely, the real problem with raids is that they are ridiculously repetitive. Over and over and over again, every single day, attacking the same group of characters over and over and over again. It's ridiculous. And I'm not asking for a raid sim. I've asked this before. Actually, I think I put this in a video of things that they could do to make the game better. Is simply give me an achievement system. And what I mean by achievement system is, so I run this lane up here. If I'm able to clear these nodes with all my characters surviving, right? Like a challenge, a campaign node, right? I get 3-star score, right? I should get achievement like, okay, you fully completed this one time. And when I hit, let's throw out the number 50. When I do that 50 times, allow me to just auto complete that node. No simming it, just auto complete. I just spend 10 of my raid currency to complete that node and skip to the next one. Spend 10, skip to the next one. If I can clear this node over and over again, full clear, there's no reason why I should be doing this for 6 months, 8 months until I go to the next raid, which is exactly going to happen with my next point, Doom Raid. So Doom Raid, fine. I've said over and over again, I'm okay with the difficulty, right? As long as there is an obvious progression from Ultimate 7.5 to getting 30% on this raid, I'm okay with it, right? The difficulty can go up, no problem. But I just want to make sure whatever I did 100% in U7.5, that getting 30% here is netting me the exact same thing. Raid season points, gear, T4s, whatever, exactly the same. And then as I do 60, I get more than before. I do 100, I get more than before. And that's the goal, to improve. But I can constantly get those resources to invest in my characters to slowly make them better and creep my way up. So I know you guys are not done with this Doom Raid thing yet. You guys are going to be adding more rewards. I hope you're not taking anything away. So yeah, I just like to see just a minor adjustment, but overall I'm okay with the difficulty jump. I just would love to see an achievement type system that allows me just to auto sim node, so I'm not doing the same thing month in and month out, please. Before I move on, someone in my chat just gave a great suggestion, and it's something that I really should point out. A catch-up mechanic, Scopely, a catch-up mechanic. Let's go into Ultimus raids here. Boost the rewards in Ultimus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to help new players catch up. You guys can definitely increase the rewards. Give them more of these, especially these green and blue materials, as they are a bottleneck for a brand new player. Just give it to them. Just give it to them. For Pete's sakes, just give it to them. Anyways, definitely a catch-up mechanic. A big shout out to Clown Prince in my chat for pointing this one out as to include in the video. Now, next up on the content list is Dark Dimension. I'm not really going to go into Dark Dimension. Right now, it's fine. The progression's fine of it. Nothing really I can say. Dark Dimension 3 was crap. The first 8 nodes were crap, but overall, it's a fine progression system. Not much I can say. They obviously can't change them because it would cause a disadvantage between the players that cleared it at a harder difficulty if they made it easier, and over time, the game does become easier. Dark Dimension 2, players can roll through it a lot sooner and faster, as we were able to when it was released to us. And last but not least, Real-Time Arena. Well, where can I go with this one? Now, when Real-Time Arena first came out, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I actually was a fan of the objective system. I really was. But over time, I've come to sour on it. And it's really come down to the point that Real-Time Arena trying to get objectives done against another player is not fun. It's not fun, especially not fun when you have an opponent that's you're not syncing well together, right? I find it cool when I get an opponent that we can each get a ton of abilities off. Like when I can get 50 to 80 abilities off in one match, which has happened several times to me. That's awesome. Like that's awesome. I get that perfect opponent. But then sometimes I get opponents that just have characters that are going to knock me out so fast, even if it isn't even CP matchup. They brought characters that are knock me out really fast, like Black Bolt. There are probably some other ones I can name. But anyways, and I don't get very many abilities off, and I know they don't either, right? Because they brought Phoenix and Black Bolt. But it slows it down. Another time I have to sit through a loading screen. Another time I have to sit through another loading screen. And it's not fun, right? Not fun. This should be player versus player. This should be about knockouts. These objectives, this battle pass belongs included in other game modes. It should just be game wide. So the concept was pretty cool, but the game mode they applied it to, it doesn't work that well. So separate the two. I think you get two very good game modes, depending on how often you guys want us to face each other. That might be another issue, but separate them. I think they're great being separate entities. And before I get off real-time arena, one thing that I said earlier about arena, I think it's going away. I do think leagues is going to replace arena. I really do believe this. I think they're just going to convert everything over and be arena, be player versus player instead of arena. I do believe this is coming. I heard some rumblings that because of the backlash of the battle pass and RTA, it's caused a lot of things to be put on hold when it comes to a player versus player content. So hopefully that does come to the game. I think I may enjoy that better depending on how it's done. I'm putting a lot of faith in you guys, and you guys really probably don't deserve it, but I'm putting it in you anyways. And then events. I believe events, I'm hoping this is going to replace new character releases in Blitz. I really do hope so, and I hope it's done really well. Once again, a lot of faith in you guys that you probably have not earned, but I'm putting it into you anyways. Alright guys, and that's every single game mode broken down, the problems that are out there listed by the community, and possible solutions that I've thrown out. If you guys have any of your other suggestions of issues that I didn't cover or solutions that you think would be better than I named in this video, please leave it in the comments down below. But with that said, if you guys enjoyed this one, hit that like button. If you're new here and have not done so already, hit that subscribe button. And if you do not want to miss any other video that I put out on my channel, don't forget that notification bell. And with all that said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.